And welcome back to the Hart House Holiday Open under 1600 for 2024. This is the final round, round 5 of the tournament. And again, since this is a couple years after, I wanted to just review my games from a couple years ago. Currently, it's 2026, and we're just here to review and to understand and learn what exactly happened in this game. So, I think during this time I started playing the Roy Lopez, the Spanish opening. Um, with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop e5. So this opening we're attacking the knight, but since we're not playing the exchange variation, we are playing for a much more positional and tactical sort of game. So my opponent plays knight f6, the Berlin defense. So at the time, like I knew of this defense, but I was learning like the more complicated lines of like what happens after he the knight takes my pawn and then going for the Berlin endgame. But I wanted to play like a more offbeat sort of line, which I didn't really learn at the time. So I played castles. I understood that he's gonna take my pawn, and I played rook e1. So rook e1 is still the normal move. Black plays knight d6, attacking my bishop. And at the time, I didn't know what to play. I thought I'm supposed to like take the bishop or like retreat my bishop. So I took the knight, thinking, oh, I'm doubling his pawns, but in reality, this is actually a good line for black. So instead of using the knight, I took with my rook. He blocks with the bishop, all normal moves from black. And I don't know what my thought process was, but I thought moving my queen to defend my rook and potentially attacking is like an idea that I had. But unfortunately, black's next move, which was knight f5, defends the double attack onto the bishop and actually frees open some space where black can start attacking me. And he's gonna castle, he's gonna move his bishop, and my rook is gonna be like trapped in the center, which is something that I don't want. Luckily for me though, he doesn't punish me by castling. Instead he plays, or I play first d3, and he doesn't punish me, but plays bishop e6 instead. Now, if he had just castled, I definitely would be in a like a the danger would be pretty high because my rook is still in the center and I can't go back, right? So bishop e6 actually gives me some sort of counterplay. So for example, like if if it was it's my turn right now, I could play something like rook takes, pawn takes, and then I could actually take the pawn and also attack the knight. And then knights unfortunately would just have to like retreat. So let's say the knight just retreats back here. And luckily the king is trapped in the center. So I can develop my pieces and at the same time threaten to like play like rook e1 at some point. Um but at the time like I didn't even think about that. I just kept developing my pieces. He played h6. I played bishop f4. And it was here where like I could have used that idea of taking the bishop on e6 right here. So rook takes e6, pawn takes, queen takes e6, and we see again the same idea of like, okay, the knight is under attack, knight has to move, and then I get my bishop into the game and I start like attacking him with my knights. So in this position, it's a little bit worse now for black because like if knight comes back here, I can place my knight in the center, and if we look at black's pieces, it's really, really hard to make a move for black. For example, if black just tries to trade off the queen, I always have this square on the side to like push the king out. obviously, if he goes towards the open file, then I can start attacking. Maybe like bringing out my bishop or bringing in my other knight, maybe, or and like it's really uncomfortable for black. If he ever goes to the other side, I can always just either give a check, probably not right away, but probably like bring more pieces into the game. And his development is still like lagged and slowed, so I'm gonna be able to attack first eventually. So I played bishop f4. I didn't see all that in at the time. He castles. I bring my other rook to the center. He finally plays bishop f6, attacking my rook, and I make the decision to sacrifice the exchange. So rook takes bishop, pawn takes e6, queen takes e6, and we have this idea of attacking the knight, but also checking the king as well. The king moves to the side. I don't take it right away because I'm like, okay, I might have an attack. For example, if I took, the bishop can take my knights, and actually, it's me who's in trouble because my rook is under attack, my queen is under attack. If I move my queen, my knight's in trouble. My rook is in trouble, and I don't have any more attacks. Basically, instead, move my knight towards the center, trying to attack some more, bringing my pieces into the game. Bishop takes, queen h4. I tried to defend a little bit more. Queen to g6. Queen g6 attacks but also defends at the same time. So we're making sure that the g2 pawn is defended. There's no sort of tricks or traps where he can move his knight. And we're also blocking the pawn so that this pawn can always just stay right by the king so that eventually maybe we can take it if the knight ever moves. The queen g5, trying to trade off the queens. Now, this is really bad because he has a good attack going, but he he wanted to try and get rid of my attack. He was scared that my attack would be coming through. So queen g5, I take, he takes. And then if we look now, the game is kind of even. Both of us had failed in our attacks. Our pieces are sort of in passive but playable positions. His rook is going to be coming to the open file soon, and my knight doesn't really have a good way of getting into the game. So I take the loose pawn. He plays rook e8. I play my knight to e4. He plays rook f7, attacking my bishop. My bishop comes back, and then he makes a mistake playing knight d6. The knight d6 is a pretty bad blunder, mainly because like what I played in the game. So I played knight takes d6. Now he was hoping for like, oh, the knight is pinned because like it's gonna be back rank mate. But as we see, the rook takes, and then my bishop actually takes back. He did see a little bit further by playing rook e7, thinking, oh, I basically have to like run away and get checkmated, but I can actually there's a couple ways I can do it. I can either move my king to f1 to defend my bishop, or I can move my knight, which I played in the game, to e4. So knight e4 attacks the pawn, but also centralizes my knight into a good position with an outpost with the pawn defending it, right? So my bishop is free to go whenever, and I can move my king whenever I want. He plays king h7, so this makes the position a little bit worse because I'm going to take the pawn with check. King comes to g6, and my knight comes back. So I just won a pawn, and I'm also in a dominating position right here. So he kept playing c5. I played f3, thinking about, okay, my king's going to go to f2 and up the board. He plays b6. I play bishop g3, a5, a4, stopping his pawns, rook d7. He has no openings into the position, no open files that he can use to get in. So king f2, he tries to attack my pawn, rook d4. I just defend it with b3, king f7, and I finally go after his pawns, bishop c7. So bishop c7, if we notice, all of these pawns are on dark squares, so I have a dark squared bishop, so I'm able to attack all of these pawns, attacking the very base of it. The rook can't defend, because if it goes back, I just take it for free. And he can only basically just play, like, maybe rook b4, but after rook b4, my king actually comes into the game pretty quickly, and it's kind of hard for him to make another choice. For example, if he pushes the pawn at whatever point, I can just take, and everything goes down. Luckily though, I didn't have to play on. He just resigned here. He knew that, okay, two pieces are better than the rook, and also all these pawns are gonna fall, and I have all these pawns pushing forward. So overall, this game was pretty okay. At the start of the game, I definitely could have improved on knowing the tactical sequences, and like understanding that like my rook needs to like retreat back. Typically in the Spanish, I'm just supposed to bring my rook all the way back so that it doesn't get trapped in the center and attacked most of the time. Luckily now I understand a little bit more of the Spanish, and I'm able to actually play the correct lines rather than giving black lines that he has like a better chance of playing towards. So that's the last round of the Hart House Holiday, and I hope to make other reviews of my games. Thank you.